Hey everyone, today I wanted to share with you a little bit of information about handbells and how they're used and the different sounds they can make and how we make them ring. A lot of people are interested in the different sizes of bells. This is a C3. It's one of the biggest bells we have. We have a few that are larger than this, but this is one of the biggest ones we use and play regularly. And it sounds like this. And it's pretty heavy, and you really have to use both hands to ring it. This is one of the smallest bells we have. This is a C8. These are parts of the bell. You've got the handle, you've got the bell itself, and you've got the clapper. Then when you ring in a circle away from yourself. And just like when a singer is about to sing, they have to take a deep breath and then sing. A bell ringer also has to do a bell breath or a prep, ring prep. And that's when you lift the bell from your shoulder and you bring it out. And you have to know which part of the curve where the bell is going to ring. So you do a breath. And then when you need to stop the sound, you touch your shoulder with it. And that's called a damp. And you need to know when to damp. So if the beat is 3 beats, you go 1, 2, 3, off. Okay? Sometimes you'll see some of our handbell ringers ring with more than 2 bells at a time. When they're linked together, one bell inside the other handle, this is called a Shelley ring, and you can ring each bell independently, and you can do things like this. And if you need the bells to ring at the same time, this is called a tandem ring, and they're not linked together. You set one on top of the other in a cross, and you just put your fingers through. Your index finger holds it together, and the 2 bells ring at the same time. That's usually when people are playing in octaves, and you need to have an octave bell ring at the same time. That's called a tandem ring. But handbells can make more sounds than just ringing. So sometimes we can use, let me move some of these out of the way, we can do things with the mallets, just kind of like playing them with drumsticks. This is a table mallet. And then we can have a suspended mallet where the bell's raised. And as you can see, you can play faster notes than you could ever do by ringing. We also have what's called a martellato, and that's when we thunk the bell on the table. And that makes a whole different sound, adds some excitement into a piece. We can do a martellato lift where we ring the bell on the table, and then we lift it up and let it resonate. So it sounds like this. We can do kind of the opposite, is when we ring and then we bounce it on the table and it makes an echo. And it sounds like this. Also known as the wah-wah. We can also do what's called a tower swing, and that adds kind of some swell to the bell sound. And we can add a little bit of vibrato by doing a swirl. And we can also do also do a ring, a shake rather. And that's going to add a lot of excitement to a piece of music. A very interesting thing that we can do for a different sound is called a singing bell, and it uses a piece of wood, and you rub on the outside of the bell, and the vibration causes it to sing. And that gives a very ethereal kind of sound. One last kind of sound that you can hear with the bells is called a thumb damp, and it's not quite as harsh as the table damp, but when you need a quick stop sound, it sounds like this. It's called a thumb damp because with the smaller bells, there you go, you just need to put your thumb on it. But as the bell gets bigger, a thumb won't stop the sound completely, and you need to kind of put more fingers on the bell. So I hope you learned a little bit something new about handbells and all the kinds of sounds that they make, and how the handbell choir works together very hard to try to make music that is beautiful and exciting and adds some vibrancy to our worship services. Thank you very much.